Hey guys, it's Tamika, your online hair care teacher. Look out for tutorials, classes, and product reviews from your #1 hair growth expert. Hair Growth Academy is launching in a few weeks, and if you want to learn all about growing your hair to the healthiest and longest lengths, get your name on the wait list because you don't want to miss out on this intense training session. Now let's get on to the tutorial. The products I'm using on Tiara's hair today are from the Joico and Matrix lines. I'm using the Joico K-Pax Clarifying Shampoo and also following up with the Joico Moisture Recovery Shampoo. And I'm using the Matrix Total Results Salon Damage Conditioner. Before I do a silk press, I always make sure to detangle the hair thoroughly. That way I won't have to worry about too much detangling later on down the line. And I'm going to be parting her hair into 4 sections to make everything a lot easier. I'm going to be doing a pre-shampoo on her hair, and basically I am getting all of the dirt and debris off of her scalp before I take her to the shampoo bowl to make it easier to cleanse the hair once I get to the shampoo bowl. So I'm just taking my spray bottle and saturating the roots of her hair, and I'm just kind of pressing the water, and I'm going to take the clarifying shampoo and put that onto the hair that's at the scalp and at the roots, and I'm going to massage it in really well. And doing this ahead of time, it assures that I get her scalp super clean with no residue left. So I'm doing the exact same thing to the other sections of her hair. I'm just spraying the water with the spray bottle onto her scalp and onto the roots of her hair, and I'm going to take the shampoo and massage that lightly into the scalp, but no rubbing and scrubbing, just massaging it lightly into the scalp. Trying to get that scalp as clean as possible because there's nothing like a clean scalp and clean hair. It's the best thing ever. So I'm taking, this is actually a Tangle teaser that I'm using to scrub her scalp, and she says that it feels really good, so I use that instead of a scalp scrubber. And I'm just removing all the dirt and oil and build up that's on her scalp. So now I'm just going to section her hair and clip it up, and now it's time to take her to the shampoo bowl. So I'm just going to rinse off all of the shampoo that was previously in her hair before we got to the shampoo bowl during the pre-cleanse. I'm going to rinse that really well. And then I'm going to follow up with another shampoo. And so I use the Joico Clarifying Shampoo for that one. But now I'm going to go on ahead and use the Joico Moisture Recovery Shampoo for the second shampoo. And a lot of times if I see extra stuff on the scalp, or I feel like there's extra stuff on the scalp, I'll do 2, 3, even 4 shampoos depending on how much oil and dirt and buildup is on the scalp and on the hair. So I'm just gently like scrubbing that in with the balls of my finger, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse it out to prepare her for the conditioning process. Making sure to rinse very well. And so now I'm going to be applying the conditioner all over her hair, to the roots of her hair, to the hair shaft, all in between. I'm going to use as much conditioner as I need to use to coat every strand, totally coat every strand. Making sure every strand is saturated. And I'm just going to keep massaging that in a downward motion, being sure not to retangle the hair. This is very important. Do everything in a downward motion, and just kind of massage and work massage and work the conditioner into the hair so that every strand can be coated and get ready for the deep conditioning. And I'll keep looking for, like you see me separating the hair there, and I'll keep looking to make sure that all of the areas on the hair are covered with the conditioner. And I'll use up to like a whole bottle of conditioner if I need to make sure all of the hair is coated. And it's so important to, get as much conditioner on there because every strand needs conditioning. It's very important. Conditioning is like the most important step in the silk press. And so now she's just going to sit underneath the dryer for about 20 minutes for her deep conditioning treatment. And now it's time to rinse. But before I rinse out all of the conditioner, what I do is I lightly wet the hair with warm water, and then I'll take my detangling brush, and that's the Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush, which is a godsend, and I'll detangle all of her hair with the conditioner still on, and it makes it a lot easier to do that. It helps the brush glide through in a sense. And after I'm finished detangling all of the hair with the conditioner on, I'll rinse the conditioner completely out of the hair. And make sure you do this because you don't want the conditioner on your hair and you don't want it on there. You want to rinse it all the way out because you don't want heavy conditioner on your hair or any trace of conditioner on your hair because that'll weigh your hair down. So I'm just going to wring out the excess water and I'm going to clip her hair up on top of her head. I'm not going to place a towel on top of her head. I'm just going to let it kind of like drip because I don't want her hair to be dry in any way. I need for it to be as damp as possible so it can receive the heat protectants. So I'm just going to part her hair into 4 sections. I'll be using Paul Mitchell Super Skinny, my favorite heat protectant on her hair. And I'm going to use 1 pump per section. So I'm going to take that pump and I'm going to emulsify it into my hands, and I'm going to spread it all over the roots of her hair, all over her hair shaft, all over the ends of her hair, all of the mid shaft, to go ahead and get that heat protected all over the hair. Then after I massage it in, nicely, I'm going to go on ahead and comb through for even distribution. Very, very important. Want to get all the hair coated with the heat protectant to protect it from the heat. That's why it's called a heat protectant. Aha. And I'll be doing that same thing to the next section. 1 pump, emulsify it in my hands, apply it to all of the section. Get in there good. Massage it in. Well, not massage up and down, but just kind of work it into the hair shaft in downward motion, and then comb it through for even distribution. And I'll repeat that on the other 2 sections as well. Now it's time to blow dry. Well, in this case, I'm not blow drying. I'm using the RevAir reverse hair dryer, which is fantastic because it gets the hair super straight without having to do a whole bunch of work. So I'm just you see me working in like a side-to-side motion. That's me using the RevAir to get the roots of the hair very dry and to get them straight. And so it usually takes, I guess, about 90 seconds for the RevAir to dry 1 section of hair completely. But you see, I had the section in 4, but I parted that 1 section in half. And so I'm going to wind up probably with 8 or more sections once I'm done. But that's the hair drying. Can you see how straight that is and how lovely that is? No other blow dryer gets hair this straight and prepped for flat ironing. I love the RevAir. And of course, if you love the RevAir and you want to purchase one, I'll be putting my affiliate link below so you can get a 10% off discount whenever you purchase your RevAir. And so I'm doing the same thing on the next section, and I'm just kind of going back and forth, side to side, to get the roots of the hair dry. That's not me pumping. You're not supposed to pump with the RevAir, but just back and forth, side to side, to get the roots dry and get the roots straightened out. And this works very effectively to get the roots straight and to get them dry. As I said before, it takes about 60 to 90 seconds to get a section dry with the RevAir. And whenever you're using RevAir, just make sure you're not putting too much hair into it because it'll either cut off or won't dry the section the way it needs to be dried. But I love the RevAir. I can't say that enough. So that section is dry, and I'm going to go on ahead and take it out of the RevAir. And usually when you see me do that, I'm checking to see if sections are dry. And that one is. Look at how lovely that is. You could just wear her hair just like that, blown out with the RevAir without having to press it straight. So this is the last section. And it takes me about a total of, I would say, 20 minutes maybe less than 20 minutes to dry her hair with the RevAir. It's so easy. So I couldn't decide between the Chi Onyx and my favorite Nano Titanium flat iron, but I like this one because it heats up quickly, but I don't feel like it gets the hair as straight. And this is my trusty, rusty Nano Titanium flat iron that I will buy time and time again because I feel like it does a fantastic job on smoothing the hair at lower temperatures. And so I love to take small sections at low temperatures. I'm using 375 on her hair, and I feel like 375 is enough to get it straight. And so this is my rat tail comb that I'm using for the comb chase method. And I try to use the comb chase method, but sometimes I forget to pick up my comb and use it, but you know, there it goes. So 2 taps of the root, and then down I go, following the flat iron with the comb. Now I noticed that when I was flat ironing these sections that the hair just wasn't, I put it on 390 and it just wasn't getting the hair the way I want it, but I wanted to go on ahead and just test it. It's a nice flat iron if you like want to curl your hair, if you want to like straighten your hair at high temperatures, it's fine. But I feel like I don't get as good as silky of a press with this particular flat iron. But I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go and try another section with it just to, you know, make sure I'm not making up stuff or imagining things. Yeah. So whenever I take a section, I always, if it's a big section, I split it in half and I grab it and kind of like tug the roots and then tap twice. You don't have to tap twice, but it's just a habit of mine. And then I go down the shaft slow with a little pressure on the flat iron, and then I use the comb chase method to go down. So that's me inspecting to see if I want to continue using that flat iron. But we're going to do this other piece just to see. It is a nice flat iron. It's nice and smooth, and it's great for curling, I would say. And if I turned it up to 450, it would probably, you know, do what I wanted to do. But I don't want to turn the heat up to 450. I think 450 is too high. It looks pretty good. But here I am switching over to my Babyliss, my Babyliss Nano Titanium flat iron, which I absolutely love, with the titanium plates as compared to the, I guess, Onyx plates. And I feel like you get a little bit more smoothness and a little bit more weight with the titanium plates as compared to the other ones. And you can probably see a little bit of the difference there. I know I can see it. So for the duration of this silk press, I'm going to go ahead and use my Nano Titanium flat iron. But that's just me using the comb chase method. And the reason why I start at diagonal is because I like to go with the round of the head. I guess you could call it vertical. I like to go with the round of the head. It just seems like I can get the root straighter that way. That's the reason why I do it like that. And I generally take anywhere between 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch sections, depending on the thickness of the hair. Because some areas of the head are thicker than others, so you can take bigger sections, and some areas are thicker than others, so you take thinner sections. So just going slow down the shaft, put in a little bit of pressure, combing your hair out first, and I'm just going to elongate those roots by pulling a little bit, tapping twice, and then going down the shaft with the comb chase method. And I'm going to continue to do this all around the side of the hair. And I'll switch it up in just a little bit. And just remember, if you don't get it on the first time, you can come back and watch this video over and over and over again, because once you put it on YouTube, it's there. It's there. Watch it 1,000 times if you need to, so you can get this technique straight. And guys, don't forget to sign up for the Hair Growth Academy. Get on the wait list, y'all. It's going to launch February 1st. Get on the wait list so you won't miss out on this valuable information. I'll put the information below about the Hair Growth Academy, the sign up link. So I'm on the other side, and I'm doing the exact same thing. Taking those vertical sections, 1/8 to not 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, and just going down the shaft slow using the comb chase method. Elongating the roots a little bit by tugging at them and then going down the shaft slow with the comb chase method. And this is all about practice. The more you practice, the better at it you get. If you don't get it right the first time, you might get it right on the second or third or fourth time. But you just got to keep at it. Yeah, hair care is about learning how to care for your hair properly. It's about practicing the same things over and over again. The more you do it, the better at it you get. And that's with anything in life, not just hair, but especially hair. So a trick I learned to not burn customers' ears and not have them hold it is to take the flat iron and go upwards on the hair shaft and then go down. It's like you see I made like a little curve, like a little C going on to kind of avoid the ear, and it still gets the root straight. I'm amazed by that. So the customer can just sit there and be comfortable, or you can do it to your hair and be comfortable. You don't have to worry about holding your ears down. Nobody likes burned ears. So what I'm doing now is I'm parting the hair in kind of like a diagonal way, and that's going in the direction of how I want the hair to fall. So however I want the hair to fall, that's the way I part it, and then I flat iron in that same direction. And so I kind of want the hair to go a little bit more forward, so I'm parting that way so the hair will go forward. And I'm doing the same thing, tapping at the roots and going down with the comb chase method. And I'm going to continue doing that up to almost the top. I have to stop and figure out what side I want to part on, so I'll probably be making my part here soon. At least I think I am. Are you going to be making your part, Tamika? Because once you flat iron up in that one direction, it's hard to get it to go back in another direction. Yeah, there I am. I'm parting on that side, and so I'm combing the other hair to the side, and I'm going to flat iron the rest of that hair going in the direction I'm going now. I like to part first, figure out where my part is first. It's hard to change parts. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. Comb chase method again. And just be sure when you're flat ironing to not take too big sections in your flat iron. If you feel like the section's too big, part it in half. Trust me, you will thank me for that. And so I'm using my small, like 5/8 of an inch flat iron to smooth out her edges. And I got this flat iron at a hair show somewhere, but I can put a link to a flat iron that's similar to this one that you can use for the edges if you want to go check that out. Because I've used like a FHI before too. I love the FHI platform flat iron as well. I don't think I have one presently, but if I did, I probably would use that one in the video too. That's like my second favorite one. So I'm just going to go and finish off the sections, and you can just watch me do that. I've given you plenty of instructions. I think you got the gist of it. And I'm just flat ironing the hair in the direction I wanted to go. Here's a close-up of me flat ironing the top of her head, and I'm just tugging to get the roots taut, and I'm going to tap twice and then go down with the comb chase method. It's the same method. It's just same method on all parts of the hair. It's just you part different ways depending on which way you want the hair to flow. That's the only difference. And here you see me trying to figure out, did I put too much hair on that one side? So before I finish flat ironing that section, I'm going to change the part slightly. And so that piece you see there will go over to the right side, and the other piece is going to go over to the left side. I do that sometimes, but it's best to do it before you flat iron the section in the opposite direction, because if not, then you're going to have a hard time getting that section to go the opposite direction. Just remember that. So now I'm just going to take those pieces and press them to the left side. So I'm taking the small flat iron and I am getting to those edges so they can be smooth just like the rest of the hair. And now that I'm finished, I'm going to get rid of the flyaways, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the heat protectant, the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny, and put a couple of drops of that into my hands. And I'll emulsify that and apply it to her hair to smooth down all those little flyaways. So much better. Now she's all silky smooth. We are all done. So guys, don't forget to sign up for the Hair Growth Academy that's coming soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Have a fantastic, blessed, amazing day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.